empty situation and you went to church, you would have stuck with it? Instead
Check
of
this out. So sometimes, right? So if we're talking about God and everything good, there's an opposite, right? And that opposite, what do you want to call it? Satan, Lucifer, devil, evil, whatever you want to call it, it's there and it's real. So a lot of times what Satan will do is he will give you anything you want as long as it keeps you away from God, right? Because that's why you see people who are very wealthy, they have everything, but they're drug addicts, they're super depressed, they're killing themselves, but they have everything, right? And they don't have everything.
They have nothing, actually.
They have nothing. You think they have everything, but they have nothing. They're empty. Why? Because even though they're given, even guys too, right? Women, fame, wealth, all those things that they selfishly desire, as long as it keeps you away from freedom, away from real love, he's happy.
Who's
but
happy?
That was happy. Because his job is to keep you so isolated away from that type of love, to make you keep wanting and chasing things that are temporary to the point where you end up killing yourself. Okay. You know? So you can still, even if I had all the money in the world, there would still be an emptiness.
Well, I'm saying if your family was wealthy and they were going to church righteously for the right reasons and everything, do you think you would have, well, did you grow up in church or anything growing up?
I grew up a Catholic.
You grew up a Catholic, so your parents were going to church every Sunday?
I mean, yeah, but even growing up a Catholic, I didn't have any understanding of like a relationship with God whatsoever.
Did you fall out of church?
Yeah.
Like you stopped going?
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think it was because of the people you seen around you? Were they struggling? Did that play a role?
I didn't like the fact that the Catholic Church was extremely, it's very religious, meaning like they are very lawful, and it's like you mess up, you're going to hell. Very judgmental. And the real love that's supposed to be there wasn't there where I was at. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like there's Catholics that know who God is and know God's love. But then there's some people that are just very judgmental and and everywhere. Let me phrase that. Everywhere. There's always going to be those people that are very judgmental everywhere. No matter where you go. There's always going to be people that are very just like, you're living wrong, you're going to hell, period. Right? And those are just ignorant people. They don't really know much. They don't really know better. But for me, personally, I didn't feel welcome. I didn't feel that love. I didn't feel, like that type of unconditional love that is supposed to be felt. That's what I remember,
And Melly, I think what you're trying to say is, tell me if I'm wrong. You're asking is because I know your view is similar to a lot of different people's view on the church, where it's like you get away from church because you think they're money hoarding, they're just begging people for money, and then you look at the people in church and they're not doing well for themselves. A lot of broke people, especially people in the hood, and I've heard you say it before. It's like, yo, why are these pastors taking money from people when they could use this money to invest in themselves and their community, right? And you've seen that a lot of people that go to church are broke. And you're saying maybe you would have been influenced to stay in church if you've seen church people as wealthy and well-to-do people. Mm-hmm. Is that essentially what you're trying to say?
At a younger age, yeah. But now I understand as we get older, okay, people are going here because they're not perfect. So it's like it feels you feel like you could I need someone else to take control, like you were saying earlier, and it makes sense. Yeah. But then what I'm saying is that I think people get in that phase around this age, and then they go with it for the rest of their life. But as you're going to have a child one day, and they're going to do the same thing because you're going to bring them to